Setting the correct spine angle for your club is essential for initiating an effective golf swing. An improper spine angle increases the likelihood of swing faults, such as slices, hooks, top shots, and fat shots. For further insights, Dan Locke provides an explanation on spine angle and its impact on swing faults, beginning with the effects of a deep spine angle. Let's start with an explanation of what happens when you have a steep spine angle.
One other thing that I'd like to demonstrate and talk about that can cause an issue by being too steep or too bent over in the golf swing is what happens to our body in the backswing. So if we set up in the wrong position and we're too bent over, notice that I'm passing the spine angle position on my way down. Now I'm in too steep of a position. A lot of times when we're in a position like this, what it makes us actually do is flatten out our shoulders in the backswing because we're trying to compensate for being too steep. A steep spine angle also encourages standing up during the downswing, which can cause top shots, misses, or weak contact. When we talk about being too steep in the address position, you'll notice that when the Spine-Align app tells me I'm in the right position, as we increase that spine angle and go steeper or more bent over, the club is forced away from the ball and the toe comes up, okay? We want to make sure that when we're practicing the proper spine angle position, we first start by letting our arms naturally fall under our body, okay? And once we've done that, now we can actually practice turning the shoulders and making sure that we're staying in that spine angle position. Now, watch what happens as my body adjusts to being too bent over. Notice I'm in the right spine angle. My hands are the right distance from the ball. When I go steeper, my body automatically wants to adjust in a couple different ways. As I settle in and I go into a steeper spine angle, my body is almost forced away from the ball. My hands move out, my club becomes more flatter at the bottom, and the toe of the club comes up. Now, ideally, when we're in the proper spine angle position, this shaft angle should be 90 degrees to our spine angle. That allows us to make sure that we have the club flat on the ground and the club can move in the most ideal way in the backswing. So when we talk about being too bent over to the ball, this can create a lot of different issues in the golf swing. Even to the point where some people may actually pull their hands in. So we're in the proper spine angle, we bend over a little bit too much, we get too steep. I've seen people actually do this and they move into the ball, now their hands are too close to their body. The body can't move in this position, so we want to make sure that we keep those hands in the proper spine angle, keep our arms straight down and stay in the proper spine angle at setup. One last thing that I'd like to add about being too steep in the address position, which creates too much steepness in the backswing position, is when we start out. Let's say we start out in a steep position. So I'm going to pass the audible feedback, and I'm going to go to a steep position where I'm too bent over. When I go ahead and I make my turn, I'm going to hear feedback that tells me zing, 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 okay? That's going to tell me that I'm too steep in my backswing, okay? Now, if I'm in the proper position at address, and I can hear the audible feedback, and I make the proper shoulder turn, I'm going to hear the yes, 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 which tells me that I'm turning my shoulders properly and I'm holding the correct spine angle at address all the way into my backswing.
Ready to fix your golf swing the right way? Visit www.spinealignGolf.com and get free access to the complete Spine-Align Golf Academy lesson program.